Hang on. I'll be back. Hello, everybody. First thing I need to ask is, can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Hear me? My phone would work. I'll tell you what day it is. I'm sure you guys already know, but just for the Wednesday, November 19th at 2 o'clock. Welcome to Rick's Tech Pub. Hope everybody's having a great day. Weather-wise here, we're overcast, and I believe we've probably gotten into the 40s by now. Okay, thank you. You can't hear me. You can't see me. Yeah, we're at 37 degrees. We're at a low of 29 earlier this morning, when for some reason I woke up at 3:16. Decided to do the setup for my live streams. We're at 29 degrees at 3:15 or whenever it was I was up this morning. Kind of chilly, and I think we've kind of hit our high because it is 2 o'clock and we're at 37 degrees. They said 39, but we might get there, might not. So, if anybody saw my notes before I left, hello, Tim. Hello, Ken. Hello, Darren. Okay, Tim, let me catch up with everything you said. Tim says he is third. And my mom left to pick my medications from the pharmacy. Well, that's good. Yes, we can. I finally got it over with. Thank you for dropping the like, Tim. I'm eating a Kool-Aid yellow, green, purple I'm eating a Kool-Aid Jello, or whatever that word you're trying to spell there. Jello. I think you're trying to. And Jello. Hey, Bobby. Green and purple flavor. Not sure I would like that too much, but if you like it, you're more than welcome to eat it. Hello, Brian. Did Long change his name to official? No, I think Tim's a little bit smarter than. I shouldn't insult him that bad. I think he knows better than to do what Long Dog was doing. He's just leaving message after message after message after message, and Tim just kind of go over what happened yesterday. Long Dog ended up leaving here because he was overtaking chat, and I tried to break it to him gently that I don't want people doing that. I want everybody to be able to say things in chat, so try not to say too much, but do say something, but just don't say things continuously. There's other people that like to say things in chat, so share the chat is what I'm saying. Don't overtake it, and that's kind of what I tried to politely say to Long Dog yesterday, but as usual, he took it all wrong and said, okay, see ya. I guess he isn't willing to stop, so that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to say anything more about it, but gotta get over some Microsoft news here really quick. Yeah, I didn't kick him out. He just voluntarily left. I didn't really want him to. I was just trying to tell him don't overtake chat. He does it on every chat he's on. He does it in Doug's. Kind of somewhat does it in Ken's. And it does it in mine. And yesterday I tried to mimetize that a little bit, and he didn't take it very well, and he left. He's welcome to come back. I'm not saying he's gone forever. He's the one that left. He can come back if he wants. Just don't overtake my chat. That's all I'm asking. That's all I was asking him, but he took it wrong and he left. Windows, and this is all news from Brentech. You can go back to his channel and confirm what I'm telling you. He'll tell you the same thing I am. Agentic OS is in the dev and the beta channels right now. So it is coming, and you just have to go to your start menu and go to system, and within system you'll find at the very top experimental agentic feature. You can toggle that on or off. When this comes out, right now it's in beta and the dev channel, so it's not coming out to us yet. This again has to do with the agentic OS. That'll be fun to get used to. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'll use it. Excuse me. Good God. Excuse me. I can correct this problem. I'll be back in 1 second. Well, that's probably gone more than a second, but nonetheless, I am here. I'm back. Had to get something to drink. So that's something we can look forward to in the near future, Agentic OS. I thought this was only going to be for businesses, and maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't heard enough information about it to really say anything more than that. I just kind of following Brentech's lead, and he's saying that it's in the beta and dev channel, so once they get it out of that, I think they'll be kicking it to us. It is voluntary. If you want to use it, you can toggle it on. It's off by default, which is good. It's all tied in with Copilot. The main thing that Agentic is running behind is Copilot. So, and they're also going to be adding all these AI agents to your taskbar. Again, another unwise move from Microsoft. I don't think they should be doing that. But they just want you to be aware that Agentic OS, Copilot, and Gemini are all available to use, and they're going to put a few of them on your taskbar. I'll probably be taking it off my taskbar when they do that. So, I don't know. Has anybody studied up on this Agentic OS? I really don't know anything about it. I haven't really followed Brentech a lot to really try to understand it. I am working on it, but right now I'm just kind of guessing as to what Agentic OS is. And from the information I gave you, it's just not something I'm saying that that's the way it's gonna be. Giving you this information for you to go back and study up on it and see if it's something you really want. I'm just kind of telling you what's out there or what's coming. If you want to know more about it, go to Brentech's channel. There's other channels out there talking about it, but Brentech is the one I've been following lately. Oh, okay, what's going on in chat? Hello, Jeff. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Either the Brentech or Grumpy sysadmin who posted on their channel that Microsoft officially admits that their updates were a mistake. Well, yeah, they did. But they do that on purpose to make... Well, I don't know if they do it on purpose, but... I mean, they probably could. I don't know. I just... well, if that's what they're doing, that's an awfully stupid thing to do. Do it on purpose just to make money. Don't they have enough money? I don't understand that. May I be a mod, please? Yes, you may. As long as you remain kind, polite, and courteous. Yes, Tim, you can be a mod. Oh, fuck. How do I do that again? 3 dots. Edit moderator. Standard moderator. Save. There you go, Tim. I thought I turned you green or blue, but you're not turning up blue. But I set you as standard moderator, so... I don't know, Tim keeps saying things. I want to see if this changes. I might have to do it over again. Tim, you out there? Yep, there you go. You're now blue. So, Gemini 3, that's another rumor that's coming out. Gemini 3 is coming out. That's just so far a rumor that's coming out that Gemini 3 is coming out. I'm still trying to think if I really want to use Grok. I'll probably try it, but again, none of these AI things I know how to use. You have to talk to all these AI agents and what other things. You have to talk to them in a specific way, use only specific words. I'm never going to be able to get that in my head. And that's what the video I was watching last night, and I think that's what I fell asleep to. That's why I wasn't on Zoom last night. Because I laid down, was just going to watch that video for a half hour, and next thing I know, I fell asleep, and I woke up at 2-something this morning, like, God damn it. Did it again. I got to stop laying down, but when I get that tired, as I was last night, I want to just lay down for like 20 minutes or so. This was after you got off your live stream last night. I laid down, it's like, well, I got about 50 minutes. Lay down for a half hour or so. Next thing I know, it's 2-something in the morning. But I was awfully tired last night, so maybe it was just a good thing that I just didn't get on Zoom last night, because I would have been like William. I've been falling asleep, and I'm trying not to do that. But I've been noticing lately, around 1:45, 1 o'clock, I am starting to get, just sleepy, and I'm just kind of like, So I'm trying to keep myself awake, and then after a while, I just say, okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm falling asleep. So that's all I know on the Windows stuff. That's all I know for today. And I'll follow up on the stuff tomorrow. See if anything else is... There was something I was doing this morning, and I don't know how many of you out there do this, but I was on Professor Messer's live stream this morning. His A+ study group. Again, those are kind of the one of the live chats that I like being on, and Professor Messer talks about computer stuff. He has study questions. It's for the A+ study exam, which I'll never do. I do learn a lot from that. So in fact, one of the books I have to get, and I'm going to update my books from... Can I get that out of here without pulling everything else off? Maybe I can't. I'll show you one of the books that I need to update to the latest one. And if somebody could find it on the internet, I know you can go to Amazon and get it, but I'm sure there's other places you can get this book. And that's The Managing and Troubleshooting PCs by Mike Myers. Oh, this book is heavy. This one. This is what I've been kind of going through and reading. they've got questions at the end of the chapters you can read, study on. Every once in a while, I need to get the latest one of this. So if anybody out there on the internet smarter than me knows how to find the latest of this one, please let me know and I'll probably buy it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4 books of all this. They've got 2 series. They've got this book, and then they've got the lab book. And this isn't the lab book. This is just what you read to get to the lab book, and then you answer the questions in the lab book compared to what you've read in this book. I'd like to find a PDF of these books, but I'm sure that'd be kind of expensive. So that's what I was doing this morning around 12:16. He got done, and I was kind of hoping. Oh, there goes my modem. He got done around 12:16, and I was kind of just sitting there looking at the clock because I hadn't gotten lunch yet. And I was kind of thinking, I hope he hurries up because there's things I got to do. And 12:15, he finally got done. So, hello, Ski Man. Ken says Wayne's World. Is that the same Mike Myers, the actor? Are they competing? No. Nope. It isn't. I don't know. I didn't know there was 2 Mike Myers. Well, actually, there's 3. There's Michael Myers, there's Mike Myers, and apparently there's Mike Myers, the comedian. This Mike Myers is the one that writes the Managing and Troubleshooting PCs books. And the books I have are... Oh... the 3rd edition. 220 to 701. And then 220, 702. That's the ones that I have. I've got other ones, but I can't read the numbers on those. But I need to update them because Mike, Professor Messer was talking about the current stuff, Windows 11. And he has study questions that you go through, and you try to answer them, see if you can get the right one. And then he shows you the answer afterwards. Some of them I got right, some of them I didn't. Actually, a lot of them I didn't. I need to study up on those a little bit. Got a few of them right, but some of them I didn't. Never had Campbell's soup. Any good, Tim? Never had Campbell's soup. Really, Ski Man? You've never had Campbell's soup? Actually, to be honest with you, it's been quite a while since I've had that kind of soup. Campbell's isn't the brand I go after. Although I forget the brand I do get, but I don't think it's Campbell's. Chicken noodle. That's another soup I haven't had in years. Long Dog, by the way, that was a study guide for the school I went to. Long Dog, I think they're coming out with the latest ones. I think they're coming out. In fact, Professor Messer said they are. In fact, that's the ones he was doing today. Is the current one. That is doing a little bit of Windows 11, Windows 10. I think he stopped Windows 10. I think they're up on to, going on to Windows 11. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for him to do Windows 10 because Windows 10 is kind of extinct. or should be going extinct. It's not. There's a lot of people who are still using it. And I really wish people would catch up to the times. Just use Windows 11. But I'm not going to force them to change. If they want to use 10, 7, Windows 98, you're more than welcome to, but I think it's an unwise thing to do. Pringles soup. Yeah, it's something. I can't remember the brand I get. MS-DOS forever. Yeah, that's another thing I need to get into is the command line and the that other one. I can't think of it. But I need to get it more into command line, doing more command line stuff. You know, I used to use I used to do that once upon a time, Brian. I used to do DOS when I was a lot younger in my early 20s. I was 21 to about 23, and then life for me got all screwed up and I never went back. So I used DOS for, excuse me, a month. I was trying DOS on someone's computer or whatever it was, and then life turned upside down for me, and I ended up walking away from it. And we're now into 2025, going into 2026. I'd really like to get back into it, but I gotta refresh my memory on how to even get to DOS, how to use some of the commands in DOS, and how to make it more useful for basic things. I used to know some of that way back in the early 1989, 1990. I think in 1991 is when I walked away from it. And I didn't want to, but life for me kind of got messed up. So I really wasn't able to do what I wanted to. I'd like to get back into it, but it depends. Oh, Ski Man. Hello, Ken, Jeff, Brian, Tim, Homer. Yeah, same to you, Ski Man. Hope you're having a good day. And how you feeling today? I woke up this morning awfully sore. Woke up around 8 something, 8:40. And I could barely get out of bed. It took me several attempts to get out of bed. I was just all my back muscles and my spinal cord, everything locked up on me. So I couldn't twist, I couldn't bend, I couldn't sit up. So I was laying in bed, I got over onto my back, and then very painfully, it just went, ouch! And it cracked all the way from my neck, all the way down, just like dominoes. Started up my neck and went boom, 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 all the way down to my tailbone. Heard about 50 some cracks in my back. That's the only thing I could do to unlock everything, and then I kind of just rolled off the bed and hit the floor, then got back up. I do that more often in the cold weather like this than I do in the summer. The summertime, I usually don't have problems. But this time of year, for the next 3 or 4 months, that's how it's going to be. I lay in bed long enough and everything just locks up on me. Because my permanent temperature is about 67 degrees. But then I also don't have static shock in here. That's the only reason I'm not turning on the heat. Because you turn on the heat, the second you get to anything metal, you get that blue arcing spark. I don't like that, so I keep it kind of chilly in here. Barbara, how long do they think we need to get? Oh, it's. Oh, Dr. Ghetto Fortnite, hello. You got your first Windows 10 ESU update yesterday. Well, that's good. There's a few other computers around town that I have to update the Windows 11 yet. They're not using the Windows 10 computer because I told them not to. I said at this point it'd be very unwise and not a smart thing to do to be using 10. And they did not get on the ESU program, the whatever it's called. They didn't get on it. They didn't want to pay it. I don't know why they didn't want to do it, but they're on Windows 10 and I told them to shut it off. Unplug it from the Ethernet. And it's very dangerous to be on the internet. And he did. He shut both of his computers down, and I think in a couple days I'll go over there and upgrade him to Windows 11. I think he has a computer that can't get on Windows 11, but his other computer was Windows 10, but it is Windows 11 compatible. His other computer, I think that's going to be it's going to be going into sitting in his garage. I don't think that can. I think that's can't remember what generation it is. I don't think it's 8. I think it's 6 or 7, one of them two, but it's not 8. It's not 9, definitely. But anyhow, he told me that computer he can't put on Windows 11, but the one over there, he said he can. The one that was just sitting directly behind him. But the one across the room, he said that one's going to go sitting in the garage. Yeah, I didn't understand your first one, Brian, but I did understand your second one. Boo-hoo. See, I need to get, what I'd like to do is to get AI, Copilot, Gemini, Grok. I'm sure they can get a hold of some of the Ojibwe language. I know some of it, I just don't ever use it, and that's why I don't know it. I don't use it enough. There's a few things I know. Aneen, hello. I don't know if I can get Copilot to show me different words, different sentences, and how to say it in the Ojibwe language. There's classes at Mille Lacs that I could go and take, but those are so expensive, and I have to go all the way up to the casino area to do that, and everybody wants too much money to take me up there, and my mom, she ain't got time. I'd have to be up there twice a week, I think Tuesdays and Fridays. And then I can't do my live streams, because that's from 11 to about 3. I think, nah, I can't do that, so I have to find some way of online doing that. Can't read at the moment, or the next moment, or the next 10 million moments. I kind of thought Microsoft would put something on a machine to identify those that are part of the ESU program. I'll go home at 6 p.m. today. No go home at 6 p.m. Ghetto, what are you talking about? You're not going home at 6 p.m. or what are you not doing at 6 p.m.? I don't quite understand that. Ken knows English. I can attest to that. Yeah, he does. You know, as long as you guys keep the chat going, I'll go into overtime here. I'll probably go to 1:45. And if we really get going at 1:45, I'll go to the top of the hour, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. If you guys stop saying anything, then I'll just end the live stream. But as long as you guys keep chatting, I'll keep going up till 3 o'clock, and then I'm killing it at at 3 o'clock. No matter how good the chat's doing. At 3 o'clock, we're done. And as long as you guys keep talking, and not too much, I'll stay here. English kid. Oh, Ghetto, you had a work day today? I keep forgetting the days you work. I think you said twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, or whenever. I can't remember. There are some things you can't fix. Yeah, some people say you can't fix stupid. If that's true, you can't. Once stupid gets broken enough, you can't fix it. Same thing with unwise people. Once they're unwise to a certain point, there's no sense in trying to turn them around. They've gone beyond the point of getting to be a wise person. They're so unwise that it's not worth it trying to change how they are. They are who they are. They are what they are. Sometimes it's just not worth trying to change somebody. Taking an unwise person and turning that unwise person into a smart person, that could be disastrous. Okay, Ken, send me your PayPal email address on my email. I'm off tomorrow and Thursday. Oh, okay. You got it. And Jeff says to me, you got it. We're going to work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, you work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll have to write that down because I will forget that. Ghetto, do you work all day or do you just work a couple hours a day? Or I think you would work all day. I don't think they let you. I mean, do you work 8 to 5 or do you only work till noon? I mean, what are your work hours? Ghetto works Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Alright, now I'll remember it. I got it right. I got it wrote down. Do you walk to school or carry your lunch? Okay, LOL, you are so funny. Yeah, he's got a good sense of humor. He means well by it, as most people do here. When they're getting me to laugh, they're doing something right. I don't like being serious all the time, but if you can get a chuckle out of me, you're better than the average person. Most people can't do it. They try being funny, I just stare at them and say, what are you trying to be funny? You're not. It takes a talent to get me to laugh. And I think most of you here in chat have that talent. Most people don't. Most people just can't get me to crack a smile. I just don't think they're funny. I think they're being funny to the point of being stupid. And eventually I'll tell them that. I say, you're being awfully stupid, dumb, and idiotic. So why don't you just stop? But you guys, I'd never say that to you. It's people in my building, people around my town, is people that I say that to. They think they have a good sense of humor. They've not gotten me to laugh yet. Well, for the most part, many of them are for the long dog you could have sent. You know, Fortnite gaming. Tell the truth, you got there 9. You get there at 9, but you get there at 9, but then you're done at 9. Yeah, I remember the days when I used to do the work that Ghetto does. I only did it for 4 months, and then I begged him to let me be a supervisor because I told him I'm not doing this piece rate any longer. It's dumb. It's stupid. And my grade points and whatever kept going down and lower. I told him I'm just not made to do this piece rate stuff. So when a supervisor position opens, let me apply for it, and I'll do that instead of this bullcrap. A week later, a position opened up, and I applied for it, and I got it. For the next 2 years, I was the supervisor of 2 buildings. What do you call a cow with no legs? I have no idea. You're done at 1:20 p.m. So you start at 9, you're done at 1. 10, 11, 12. It's only 4 hours. That's an awfully short day. Ground beef. Grounded, chopped. 4 hours with a 2-hour lunch and 6 15-minute breaks. So it sounds like you take more breaks than you are working. You take 6 15-minute breaks in that 4 hours or something like that. You might have miswrote that, but that's kind of what it looks like to me. It's 6 15-minute breaks within 4 hours. Holy. But I suppose you only get like 15-minute breaks and a half hour for lunch or an hour for lunch. With a 2-hour lunch and 6 15-minute. Wow. Halifax baby buffalo. I think a sauce like that has your name on it, Ken. E level is like a 1 and is great on chicken wings and actually a lot of other things. Hellfire's baby buffalo. Yeah, none of that stuff would do my ulcerative colitis any good. Anything spicy. I have problems with pickles. That's how bad it is. Anything with pickles, I usually have to pick it off because the acid of the pickles or whatever flares up my colitis. Tomatoes, that's another thing I have to be careful of. You enjoy spicy? Well, I'm glad you guys can. My dad does too. When I went to go visit him last time in 2019, him, my stepbrother, my stepmom, my dad, my stepbrother's wife, and a bunch of us went out to eat. And my dad, he got one of the spiciest dinners they had. So I looked, I saw what he ordered, and I saw what the ingredients of it were, and I thought, Dad, that's gonna burn you up. He said, no. He was eating it, and he was starting to sweat. I said, Dad, you gonna make it? He was eating. He said, yeah, I'm fine. And he took the napkin, wiped his brow, like the spices were starting to get to him. Which I think maybe that's why he's starting to have health problems nowadays. He's on a keto diet nowadays. I don't think he's doing the spicy stuff anymore. I think that finally caught up to him. In fact, I know it did because he told me he can't do as much spicy stuff anymore because it's starting to catch up to him. And he said that 2 years ago. Now today, I don't think he's doing any of it. O and O. It's a funny way of saying that. O and O means the same thing, I think. No, it don't. So, anything else I know today? One of these days, me and the Zoom homies have to change my picture you're looking at in OBS. I gotta find, and I was requested that by someone sent me a text asking me, are you ever gonna change that picture you have in OBS? We've been looking at that for 6 or 7 months now. Is that a time you changed it? Like, yeah, it is, but to what? And he got back to me. He said all he responded was question mark, question mark, question mark. He doesn't know either. And I don't know. That's why I'm leaving it the way it is. I want to change it, but change it to what? I don't know. I'm not that smart of a person, guys. I'm not that intelligent. People think I am. I'm not. Like I said, I know how to put a computer together. I know how to put the screws into a motherboard. I know how to do all the things that put in computers, building computers, but the software part of anything, I'd rather leave that to somebody else. It just gives me a headache trying to think of how to do that. And I just sit there and think, nah, I'm not doing this. Someone's going to have to help me with it because I just get stuck. I don't know what to change it to. I do know I need to change it, but change it to what? Maybe I've incorporate Rick's Tech Pub in there somehow, but again, I don't know. I'd like to get rid of that picture of the help desk, and it says at the top, scrolling, how may I help you? Been wanting to get rid of that for the last month or two, but again, I'm kind of stuck and spinning my wheels. Someone needs to throw me a shovel. I'm stuck on that. I don't know what to do with it. I'm not good at software stuff. Just tell Wild Bill and he will make something. So whatever that word is out of it. Devil's Blend. It may not be to you, Long Dog, but like I said, with my ulcerative colitis, I can't be around any of that stuff. A lot of that stuff to me just doesn't sound good. Why take a nice, delicious meal and then add spices to it where it burns up your tongue and sets your stomach on fire? It doesn't sound fun to me. Maybe it is to you. Maybe you like that kind of stuff, but to me, I'm a plain person. I like just plain food. No spices, no ketchup, no mustard, no nothing. And that's basically because of my ulcerative colitis. I can't have that a lot of ketchup either. I can, but it'll catch up to me later on in the afternoon. Hellfire Black Label, red and one of green. It's an award-winning sauce with most of the sauces from Hellfires are at some time in that history. Sorry to hear that. Colitis is an evil condition, and I know a few. I can't stand any spicy food, Brian says, not even those flavored potato chips. Yeah, I hear you, Brian. Some of those potato chips they've got out there have got that spicy stuff to it. They have them at Holiday. They have those at Holiday, and no. I'll walk right past it and say, no, I know what that'll do to me if I eat half a bag of those chips. I'll either be in so much pain and the medication won't catch up to it, I'll end up walking to the hospital. And the first question they'll ask me is, what in the hell did you eat? Spicy potato chips and ketchup with mustard and a hot dog? They just shake their heads and say, why? I don't know. Because I did. I made that mistake once before, and I almost went to the hospital. I was on the edge of calling 911, said, send me an ambulance, I need to go out of the hospital. Why? My ulcerative colitis is out of control, and it's getting very painful. The dispatch would probably ask me, what did you eat that you shouldn't have? Because everybody knows what ulcerative colitis is. And if you're eating spicy things, actually, Mountain Dew and Pepsi used to cause a problem for me. That's the other reason why I quit drinking Mountain Dew. It's a whole bunch of reasons why I quit drinking pop. And the other was it was starting to affect my ulcerative colitis for some stupid reason. The carbonation was starting to flare up my colitis, and I can't do this anymore. So people keep offering me Mountain Dew and a Pepsi. It's like, no, sorry. Just look at me. What? You denied taking a Mountain Dew? Say, yes, I have to. For medical reasons. Oh, medical reasons? Okay, then never mind. The minute I say for medical reasons, they drop it. Because I was free and you didn't have to pay for it. And that's why you did it. I still wouldn't eat it today. Yeah, it was just crazy hot. I can believe it. I know some of the mild stuff that they say actually, those red hot burritos that you can get in the store, those, if I eat those right after I take my medication and I wait 20 minutes, let my basalicide medication kick in a little bit, I can't have those red hot burritos. I can have at least 2 of them, and it won't bother me. But anything more stronger than that, it'll override the medication, and the pain will come back. I made that mistake about a week ago. I ate something that I shouldn't have. So I just went into the bathroom, took another dose of my medication, and 20 minutes later, boom, pain was gone. But technically, I'm not supposed to do that. But I kind of had to. He-Man, I have my great self-control over the pony lately. It would sure not sit well in my stomach to have those oysters and have it mixed in with carbonation. I don't want that stuff fizzing up in my stomach. Yeah, that's... Are you still addicted to those cheesy crackers? Yeah, I just had a box here the other night, Brian, that I was sitting here eating. I had it off to the side, but I turned my mic off so you guys wouldn't hear me digging into the box. But I was eating the white cheddar and the regular Cheez-Its. Yeah, I still get them once in a while. The price of them are starting to go up. And see, what else is expensive? Oh, my bag of chips that I get, the family size. $3.99 for that stupid thing. I bought a bag of those Frito-Lay, not Lay's potato chips. $3.99 for a bag. I can remember those used to cost about a little over $1. Now they're $4. It's expensive. Yeah, usually those are my nighttime snacks for when I'm on Zoom. Because one way I can kind of keep myself awake is I keep eating. As long as I'm doing something and moving a little bit, like eating or doing something, as long as I'm not just sitting there. If I'm just sitting there not saying anything, eventually I'm just going to nod off like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble, guys. But that doesn't usually happen until about 1 o'clock, 1:15. And then I can't stay awake anymore. And I'm not quite sure why. Well, I do know it's because I have no caffeine in me, have no sugar. That's the other thing I'm being asked to cut down on, a lot of sugar. So with nothing being able to keep me awake after 12 midnight, I start getting tired, and then 1 o'clock rolls around, and I'm just kind of starting to nod off and fighting to keep myself awake. So about 1:15, I say, okay, that's it. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I gotta go to bed. Yeah, potato chips are getting crazy expensive. Yeah, all of them are. I've noticed Lay's and all the other brands are from $2.99 to $3.99. You get 2 for $4 or 2 for something. Yeah, 2 for $4. Yeah, it's just getting expensive. But I go grocery shopping. I gotta get enough food to last at least a couple of weeks. Which reminds me, that reminds me, I need to make my grocery list. I've been asked to. My mom asked me if I need to go grocery shopping again one of these days, and yeah, probably next week. Shortly, just before Thanksgiving, I'll run out to Super One, buy another couple $100 worth of food. And I don't like spending a couple $100 for food. It pains me to do that, but nowadays it's a necessity. You want enough food to make it for 3 weeks, it's gonna cost you $200 some. Unless you get the real cheap food, and no, that's not something you want to do. I'm on an animal cracker craze. You know, animal crackers I used to many years ago, like in the 90s. I usually get a box of those and eat them, but I've lost interest in those for some reason. I mean, I see them at the store. I walk right past it, and I'm not interested in that. Tell you what, I am interested in something I'm also being asked not to eat so much of. Crackers. These little square little crackers. I can eat about a half row of these, and I have to because of the medication that I'm on. If I take them on an empty stomach, I get a very, very bad stinging stomach pain. So I'll eat a half row of crackers, and that usually fixes it. Usually that's from my trazodone. If I take that on an empty stomach, oh my God. I wait about 15 minutes, and I'm laying in bed and like, oh my, ouch. Oh my God, does that hurt? And I'll get up, open a bag of crackers, and eat them. Or I'll get into the closet and dig into my Cheez-Its. I have to have my trazodone, just can't sit on an empty stomach. That's very painful. So I take a few crackers or a few handfuls of Cheez-Its. Boom, pain goes away. But you take that on an empty stomach. Ouch. I've made that mistake enough times. And I've learned to eat before taking that medication. And on most of my meds, it says eat before taking. I'm not going to try eating at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning. But if I take my meds too early, then I end up getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because that's when it'll wake me up. I only sleep on trazodone for about 4 hours. So if I take it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, if I'm awake, I'll sleep till about 6:30, maybe 6:45. But I can fall back to sleep and then usually get up around 9. Unless I have to get up early, then I set my alarm for earlier, but saltines, yes. Thank you, Brian. Keyword being salt to create the yeah, that's why my doctor's telling me to cut down on the crackers. Because he asked me, he said, what's your normal diet during the day from morning till night? I said, well, I usually have oatmeal in the morning. Then I go to Holiday or McDonald's or Hardee's or Burger King for lunch. Or I find something here at home. Then at night, I don't know, burritos, hamburgers, potato salad. I have a lot of chef salads I've been getting into chef salads. And then I told him I eat a half row of crackers at night. That's when he rolled his eyes up at me and said, no. Do not be doing that. That salt is going to increase your heart rate. It's like, oh, Okay. I didn't know that. So he said, find something else to eat besides saltine crackers and my Cheez-Its. He doesn't really want me eating Cheez-Its anymore. I still am, even though he's told me to stop. He said, those Cheez-Its are going to cause you a problem. I said, okay. And he said, if you do eat Cheez-Its, maybe a couple handfuls and that, not half the box. Well, good luck in trying to convince me of that. Because once I start digging into Cheez-Its, I don't stop. I keep eating and eating. And I know I shouldn't. My doctor's yelled at me about that 4 or 5 times. He said, maybe a couple of handfuls and then put it away. I tell him okay, but that's not what I'm doing. And if I were being a responsible adult... I like how you said that, Long Dog. If you were being irresponsible, I would go out working on my vanity and putting it back together. Meaning get out my skill saw. Might even use a screw gun. Maybe even that. Oh, it's 2:55, guys. Screw gun and maybe even that thing they call a hammer. Nails. Tiny ones. Do you like omelets, Rick? Yeah, I do. Well, it's 371 Diner we have here in Brainerd. It's out on 371. It's a diner. I go out there, and my dad comes up to visit. The day he's going to leave, head back to Kansas, we stop at the 371 Diner. They give you more than you can eat. Thank God that place is not a buffet, because I'd only have a plate of what they give you. They give you a lot of food. You want an omelet? It's about that wide. God knows how long. It's over the length of the plate. And it's very wide. It's about 2 inches wide. And it's very thick. Really, really thick omelet. I have that and part of my hash browns. And I'm done. My dad just kind of looks at me and said, that's all you're having? It's like, I can't eat any more of it. That omelet fills me up. I had the omelet, hash browns, toast, pancakes. I didn't even touch the pancakes. I had no room left. So the older I get, my stomach is kind of starting to shrink because I can't eat as much as I used to. Just my age is catching up to me. Alright, 2:57, guys. A few more questions, and I'm going to shut it down. Omelets and Pepsi. Yeah, that's what I used to do. I can't do that anymore. Omelets with what ingredients? Oh, I can't remember. I know some had green peppers, they had cheese, they had ham. I don't know. Whatever they throw into omelets. I mean, they make the real thick omelets and real long. I'm just... The edges of it hang over the side of the plate by about that much. They're really big omelets and really thick. What I should have done is just order the omelet and toast, and that's it, because the omelet is what filled me up. I couldn't touch the hash browns. I couldn't touch my pancakes. I had no room left. And every time I go there, I keep forgetting. I keep thinking, well, it's just going to be a small little omelet. I'll have that and everything else. And then the lady brings my plate of food to me. It's like, that's bigger than I thought it was. I was like, oh boy, I'm going to have a hard time with this. My dad looked at me and said, with your bottomless pit, you'll swallow all of that up in about a half hour. He was awfully surprised I didn't touch the pancakes last time he was here. I couldn't even look at them. It was just too much for me to eat. Love the Lay's chili lemon. Yeah, that is a lot of food, Tim. It is. Okay, guys. It is 2:59. I'm going to wrap it up. But yeah, this has been fun. This is kind of what I look for in chat. You guys keep talking to me, talking to each other. That's why I've made it an hour. The other times it's been a half hour because nobody's saying in chat. Nobody's saying anything to me, so I just say, okay, 15 minutes and I'm killing it. But we made it an hour today, guys. I think I thank each and every one of you for being here today, and that's everybody in chat. I'm only gonna mention a few names today. It's like Ken Stout, Ski Man, Long Dog, Ryan, Ghetto, and whoever else was here. Darren. There's a few other people that were not here today. I'm kind of hoping they show up. And for anybody watching this after the live stream, everybody's invited to be here. If you want to be on my live streams, they start every day at 2 o'clock Central Time because I live in Minnesota. So besides anybody that's in here in chat today that's not here, you're more than welcome to be here. So I think that's it, guys. It's 3 o'clock. I'm going to say my goodbyes. Hope everybody has a good day. Today is Wednesday. There will be a live stream tomorrow on Thursday. Same time, same place. I don't know what we'll talk about tomorrow. That's always a guessing game. So with that, guys, I hope you all have a great day. And I will catch you all later. Have a good day. Bye for now.